Cell phones on silent and shut your mouths. The show is about to begin. Do you ever notice every time you get on Instagram and you see someone's picture and it says, liked by my ex-boyfriend and my arch nemesis? You know why it does that? The algorithm. That happens for a reason, and I hate to say it, but it's because those are the people that you engage with on Instagram. Instagram wants to keep you on the app, so obviously they're going to serve you content from people that you engage with. This is why whenever I see bloggers post, the algorithm is so bad, I need them to change it back to chronological, I don't get any likes anymore. It irks me so bad because it is not the algorithm's fault. The algorithm is working. It's your fault. I hate to say it. What's up? I'm Lindy. I'm a digital content creator focusing in fashion, beauty, lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and social media. I have a degree in integrated marketing communications, and I'm very passionate about social media marketing. Today we are talking about the Instagram algorithm. You love her, you hate her. Most people claim to hate her. I think it's not that bad, and you can work it in a way that makes it work for you. Pause. I have a whole video about growing an engaged audience and an authentic audience. Not necessarily about numbers, but more just about how to get your followers to be your freaking friends and communicate with you and comment on your stuff and have a real relationship with your followers. I'll link it on the screen. This video is going to be more about how to make the algorithm work in your favor so that you can find new followers. That one's more about like nurturing the followers that you do have. First of all, if you're watching this video, I assume that you are even in the slightest interested in improving your Instagram game. So for that reason, I'm going to need you to change your account to a business account. I'll wait. Go ahead and do it right now. This shows you your analytics so you can see who saves and sends all your posts. I'll talk about that later, but you need to have this information if you want to get serious about your Instagram. These analytics help determine everything, like live by them. Here's my first tip to winning the algorithm. Do not fall for scams. Do not participate in huge giveaways where you have to follow 30 people and you have to like 15 different brands' pictures. Don't do that. Second of all, do not fall for the whole engagement group, engagement pod, those things. Trash. We don't do that. So first of all, with that huge giveaway, maybe the one person who follows some generic blogger, we'll call her Blogger Babe 100, they might not like your content, but they might want that Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So they go through and they follow all of these people and you gain 400 followers, but none of them are the kind of followers that you want. None of them care about your content. They don't know you. You get lost in the shuffle. There's 400 extra followers that are hurting your rank in the algorithm every single time you post a picture because those 400 people don't care. You don't need those people in your life. You need people who genuinely care about your content, which is why you should be aiming for organic engagement, not these kind of faked methods. There's a lot of reasons that I hate engagement pods. First of all, it's fake engagement. Second of all, do you really want to be on there commenting one fire emoji on all of these people's pictures? Just something ingenuine. And then you have all of these ingenuine comments on your account that are like fire, heart. Then other people look at your comments and they're like, oh, these are spam. Like, these are spammy shits. I don't think we want that. Also, on top of that, do you want to keep up with that? Why wouldn't you just engage with people that you actually like, and then hopefully people that actually like you would engage with you, not people who are forced to engage with you? Doesn't really do anything. My next point is to discover your own style of picture or editing, whatever it may be, so that people know, oh, this is a Lindy post whenever they get on Instagram. When you develop your own style, it's easy to be cohesive across all platforms. So then if someone who loves your stories or loves your editing tips or loves your style tips sees a post and they can immediately tell it's from you, they know it's going to be good content, they look at it, they're engaging with the post, Instagram's putting you on more people's timelines, everyone's winning, versus if they just scroll by it because it's something completely random that it doesn't even look like something you would post, you know? My next point is so important. This is literally my #1 tip. This is low-key something I live by, and that is don't post and ghost. I do not know who came up with that term, but they were freaking right. Whoever did it, points were made. Posting and ghosting is whenever you post a picture and then you just dip out. You just absolutely dip out. You're like, oop, I'm gonna put my phone down and check my likes later. First of all, the first 10 minutes after posting are the most important. When you have a business account and you go to check your analytics right after you post, some of your insights won't be available yet. That is because in those first 10 minutes, Instagram is calculating how your post is doing to figure out, first of all, what are those insights? Second of all, where should they put your picture? Should they give up on your picture? Is no one liking it? People are swiping away, people don't care? That's not what Instagram wants. Instagram wants people on the app. So are people engaging, they're saving, they're sending, and they're commenting on your picture? Guess what? Instagram is seeing that in those first 10 minutes and they're like, oh, we're about to put this on a lot of people's timelines. Like, this picture's doing good, this picture's hot, we're doing it. So then after those first 10 minutes, your picture's getting more views. But that is why you do not post and ghost, because those comments that you get in the first 10 minutes are super important. Those are big forms of engagement, especially because likes aren't public now. So what holds a ton of weight are these conversations and these comments and that sort of thing. So when you get a comment back, I'm gonna need you to immediately, or as quick as you can, reply to that comment with a genuine response and help them if they need help, they have a question, or if they love something, they want to see where something's from, or they have a question about the edit. Like, you need to be hitting these people up immediately. Period. If someone complimented you in real life, what would you do? Would you be like, No, you'd be like, oh my god, thank you so much. It's from blank. Thank you so much. This is how I did it. You're the best. Love you. Thank you so much for the support. You're always on my page. You're a real one. That kind of shit, you know? If you're not doing this and I see you on your stories talking about how the algorithm sucks and you wish it would go back to chronological order, baby, it's not the algorithm's fault. I do not know how many times to tell you, your followers are just straight up not engaging. The algorithm is doing its job. You're gonna need to engage with the audience. Let's start commenting back. Let's start commenting to people on the TL. Let's get it rolling in. Post at your optimal time. If you're on a business account, again, comes back to that, you can see your best time to post when your followers are most active. Let me go ahead and check mine to be exact. Okay, so I'm on my insights. You can see where your audience is, the breakdown, but then here you can see the hours of the day and also the days of the week. Okay, so according to my phone, my best time to post is pretty much anytime afternoon, you can see. But in the morning, let's say you wake up at 7 and you want to post, there's probably like 2.5 thousand people online when you could reach 7.5 thousand. Let's wait a few minutes until everyone's online and ready to hit your post up in those first 10 minutes. It works best for me to post from like 2 p.m. to the evening. Okay, so next, stay active on your stories. Posting on your story gives you an opportunity to put your literal face on someone's timeline at the top. Use this chance. Whenever I post a lot of stories, I would always be scared like, oh, I'm gonna turn people off by them clicking on my story and seeing all these tiles. I see my story views double when I post a lot on my story. Like, no kidding, when I'm consistent on my stories, I will be getting like 6,000 views on my stories versus whenever I post 2 times a day, they each will have 3,000 views. Isn't that weird? I think it's just because I'm always at the front of people's feed, like popping up. Like, you can't get rid of me, bitch. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Also, you need to use the tools that Instagram gives you on stories. Polls, questions, GIFs, location features, hashtags. All of these things can give you A, engagement. People see your poll, they want to click. People see the question box, they have a question, they ask it. That's engagement. Second of all, Instagram likes to see that you're using all of your features. So guess what Instagram is going to do? Put you at the top of people's timeline, because I think that these features are going to help people engage with their stories more, which is going to keep them on the app longer, which makes Instagram money. Okay, my next point is literally so self-explanatory. Post what your audience wants to see. And you're like, duh, girl, we know. Hear me out. To do this, I need you to look at your saves and your shares. When you look at your saves and your shares, you can see some posts that have like dramatically more. And then you can know, okay, people are sending these to their friends or roasting me in the group chat, I don't care either way. Or they're saving their picture or the post or the tutorial for future reference so they can come back to it. So you're gonna wanna look at these and you're gonna wanna really think, okay, for me, I always saw a lot of saves on my editing tutorials. And I would say in my caption, save this for future reference. And if you try this out, tag me so I can see it. Boom. Because sometimes people just forget and you have to tell them, save it. And then second of all, if people try that tutorial or that little thing that I showed them, they tag me, we literally all win. You want that. That's what you need. Also, you can see your sends on your stories and your link clicks. So I always get a lot of shares and a lot of clicks on the links in my try-on stories, so I continue to do those as much as I can because I know that there's something that's of interest to my audience. Side note, I didn't have 10K until a few months ago. So if you don't have 10K and you can't link on your stories, there's a platform called Linktree, and I used to use that. I still do use that in my bio. And you can link a ton of stuff in there. Like, you can link, I have in there my Instagram link, my TikTok link, my Amazon favorites, the link to the small business that I co-own. Like, I have all of that stuff in my Linktree. So, because Instagram only gives you one link in your bio, but then Linktree, you can have a Linktree and it has all your links on it. So if you can't do swipe ups, you can be like, head to my bio, I have a link there. Sometimes if you don't know what people want, just straight up ask. I've gone through a lot of identity crises lately, especially ever since graduating, because I used to be, okay, my thing is that I'm in college, my thing is that I'm at Ole Miss, I can show people what it's like here, or I can show people what it's like in my sorority. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do when I'm back in my parents' house post-grad during a pandemic? You know? Kind of little crisis there. So just asking straight up, like, what do you follow me for? Put a thing on your story. What do you like to see from me? What video do you want to see? What kind of content do you want to see? What are you interested in? Is there anything that you guys want to see from me that I haven't put out? And then people can be like, I love your editing, or I love your clothes, or I love both, or I want to see more about phrase. I mean, it could be anything. And then you just kind of learn about what your audience specifically wants to see from you and what they come to your account looking for. Okay, so next, this point, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of profound. So consistency is key. Kinda. Not entirely. Like I said earlier, Instagram wants people on the app as long as possible. When you're posting consistently, Instagram sees this. They're like, this girl's posting every day. And we're about to start putting her on people's stuff, on their TLs, because she's constantly posting and keeping people on the app. But quality over quantity, always. If you have a post and you're like, oh, I need to post today, but I don't really like this, or I was just gonna post a filler picture, straight up don't post it. I straight up do not post stuff like that because It does nothing for me. Yes, it's consistent, but I would rather wait a day or 2 or 3 or a whole literal week, I'm not kidding, and post something good that I know is going to bring value and actually help my followers and also help me in the algorithm, versus post something doo-doo just to post something one day. I think it's more important to post good quality content that is getting engaged with versus a post every day even that isn't getting any engagement. You know what I mean? That's just kind of like running in place when you could be working towards actually building quality content. But now if you can build that quality content consistently, you're in there. Okay, lastly, this kind of is like a little controversial. I don't think your theme matters at all. I don't think the aesthetic of the whole Instagram matters at all. I don't.
Okay, so I know that I said that you should develop your own style or theme, and then I say this crap. Just keep listening. What I mean is, like, don't stress out over, like, should I post a picture, a full body picture next to a full body picture, or, like, do I need to break up the pictures? Like, you know when you're on those planning apps and you look at your whole feed and you think, like, oh, I don't know if this picture of me sitting down looks good and this picture of me standing up next to it, you know? I don't think that matters at all. So, there's more. Okay, keep listening.
I don't really stress about that because, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't get on Instagram and click on someone's whole account. And I don't go on the explore page and see their whole account. You see one picture. So you want the one picture that people see to be good. This is why I do not recommend filler pictures. This is another reason. If you post a picture of a palm tree against a blue sky, I'm sure that's pretty. But who's gonna comment on that? Who cares? What's it doing for anyone? Yeah, it looks really cool when you click on the whole feed. But if I see a picture on I'm scrolling and it's a picture of a book laying on the ground, picture of a flower laying on the ground, scroll right past it. Do not care. I do not care at all. Which is hurting you in the algorithm, because then people are just scrolling past your filler pictures that make your whole feed look good, but who cares? If you click on an account and every single picture is eye-catching, I'm way more likely to follow that account than an account that has a bunch of filler pictures that looks really good from the outside, like a Tumblr. But this isn't Tumblr. It can be a mood board, but you're not gonna see what you want to see. Okay, lastly, if you post a picture and it flops, guess what? I don't consider that a failure. I don't consider anything a failure. I do not think failure is real. Failure is just telling you, like, what direction to go in. Like, if you post something, like, I've posted all types of stuff on YouTube and Instagram that don't do well, and then I'm like, okay, well, I know that that isn't doing well. I won't post that kind of stuff again. Unless it's something that I really care about and I really enjoy. But, I mean, if it's like a picture of, I don't know, like it's an edit that isn't that good, or it's shot in a weird way or something and it doesn't do well, and I don't care about it, my bad. I'll change my ways and I'll figure out what does work. So be open to failure, because without failure there is no success, and also failure is just telling you reroute. No big deal, no big thing. Everyone's gonna forget about it. Social media moves so fast, no one's gonna think you're a flop. It's okay, just move on. I hope that this helped you. There's already a video on my channel about growing an engaged audience. If you want to check that out, I will link it on the screen and down below. Again, love you guys. Please give this video a like if you're interested in more social media strategy and content creation, like business side of that kind of thing. I would love to do more like this because I'm very freaking interested in it. Hit me up on Instagram because I feel like we know each other and you should definitely follow me by now. So, alright, love you. Bye.